Hello I-doers, it's me, Lindy, bringing you some hints, tips and advice on how to get the most out of your ceremony. And whether your ceremonies, next year or even 2025 are just around the corner, these wee video snippets are just to try and get you to think about things that you maybe not necessarily think about. And today we are talking about where your guests sit. So making sure that we make it easy for your guests to come and find their seats. And we may already have had these discussions, or if your ceremony is a bit further away, we wouldn't have had these discussions yet. But I'm very big on making sure that when your guests come into the room that they know where they're sitting, or it's very easy for them to find somewhere to sit, because you would not, it seems such a trivial thing, but you would not believe the kind of mayhem it can cause. And that's why I'm so big on it, because I see it time and time again. Because usually when your guests come into the room, I'm there, I'm at the front of the room waiting, and time again I get asked by people where have I to sit. And of course I don't know where people are to sit, because I'm your celebrant, I'm not an usher. And even, sometimes couples will say, oh, the first 2 rows are reserved for family. And so I can say to people, oh, the first 2 rows are reserved for family. And they'll say, oh, well, I'm an auntie. Now, I don't know if the auntie has been included in family. And so, again, it can, I often don't know how to respond to that, because I don't want to say to people, I don't know where you're sitting, but neither do I want them to tell them to sit somewhere that they're not supposed to be sitting. And yesterday I did a ceremony, the day before I did a ceremony, 60 guests. They all come up again, where have we to sit? And the front 2 rows had just wee nameplates that said family. Didn't have the actual people's names, it just said family. And people were, again, coming up and saying, I'm family, have I to sit here? And there was nobody at that point. The groom wasn't there, the best men weren't there, they hadn't arrived yet. So there was only me, and I had no idea. And just a wee caveat in that, often, even if there is somebody there, they don't know. Best men, sometimes ushers don't even know where people are sitting, because they just can't remember, or they're nervous, or whatever it might be. So yes, so this recent wedding, what ended up happening was people were getting, I don't mean annoyed, but uptight, because they weren't sure where they were to sit. And it ended up with people coming in at the back and coming forward and asking people to move. And I've never seen that done before. 4 people asking 3 elderly ladies who were sitting in the 3rd row to move, and these 3 elderly ladies had to go to the back. And the venue manager and I were just kind of looking at each other thinking, oh my goodness, oh dear, that's such a shame. And of course there was the kind of embarrassment that they have to get up and go to the back when everybody was sitting. It's no good. That's no good for your ceremony. If you have asked me to conduct a relaxed or fun or laid back or really happy ceremony, we need to take every chance we can to set that up from as early as we possibly can. So that means when your guests walk into the room, and guests often come in, they're a wee bit nervous. They don't know, where they're going to be sitting. There's other people looking at them. People can often feel quite, under the spotlight. We want to make it as easy as possible. So that's a long way of saying, put people's names on seats. So those people that you know where you want them to be sitting, get some wee labels, write their name on it. Mum of the bride, Roger, Auntie Susie. Put those in the first couple of rows, and then if everybody else can sit wherever they like, then that's fine. But what that means is when people come in and they say, where have we to sit? Then I can say, have a look in the first 2 or 3 rows, whatever it is. If your name is on there, that's your seat. If not, feel free to sit anywhere you like. Honestly, the difference that makes in ceremonies, because it takes the pressure off me, it takes the pressure off your guests. They know, okay, I'll just have a quick look. And then you'll always get people who want to sit up the front. They want to feel important. It's such a human trait, right? Wanting to feel important. But and so that takes that away. If their name's not there, they have to go and sit somewhere else. And I can't possibly stress how important that is in getting your ceremony off to a good start. Because here's another wee story. Last year I did a ceremony and 2 ladies come up and said, where are we supposed to be sitting? And I said, you know, I'm the celebrant, I can't answer that question for you. And they walked away and one said to the other, I think it's terrible. I think that's, you know, it was terrible or dreadful or some, she doesn't know where we're sitting. That's not the kind of rapport I'm trying to build with your guests. I'm trying to get them to like me and to be sitting there relaxed so that I can make them feel part of something really, really special. But I need your help to do that. So if you're having a ceremony, whether you've got 20 guests or 200 guests, make sure, think about who you want to be sitting where in the first few rows. Get labels for that. You can buy them from the range and write on them with a felt tip pen if you like. Even better, sit with a glass of wine together and, you know, create something beautiful. Hang them on those chairs, takes away any angst. So that's my wee tip for today. Hope it's been helpful, and speak to you soon with another wee I Do tip.